Grab Marshall.
Two. Hey, how are you? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5, and you probably heard it on before. WBLS. GP knows. GP, give GP a big round of applause, everybody. One of the original managers of WBLS. Bob Higginson, of course, is the first lady of WBLS when we started on 125th Street next to Silver's. Anyway, thank you for letting me share in this space and time with you. Here we go again. We got the African American Day Parade happening on September the 18th, and everybody's excited about it. I mean, we've been like, for 2 years, right? Just laying in the wings for 2 years, but we did the virtual thing. That was kind of tough, starting out with a virtual. What's the Zoom thing about? How do you get, wait a minute, I have to hit what button? And everybody had that. And we knew about Skype for a little bit, but then Zoom came in and everybody was Zooming. And I started playing those songs. Zoom. But I wanted to fly away with all that Zooming. I'm still kind of crazy about the Zoom thing now. We got another Zoom. Because sometimes they're going for about 3 or 4 hours. I'm like, oh, you got to get out of the Zoom thing. But listen, I would like to mention our sponsors who helped put all of this together. For so many years, we were out there without a whole lot of sponsorship. We were doing it. And Hal Jackson would come out from WBLS and WLIB, who would be under the red tent, broadcasting live on the WBLS, and I'll be the guy in the street with the microphone. And then after that, visiting the schools throughout the tri-state area, trying to encourage students to stay in school and be on time and get a good education. So here we are. Our sponsors are so very, very important to help us keep all of this together and keep things going. And we want to try to build that up more and more each year. It's getting big. African, give them a big round of applause. Those people put this together. Well, Mount Sinai Health Systems, Northwell Health, give them a big round of applause. Memorial Sloan Catering, the Cancer Center, New York State, give them a big round of applause. The Nurses Association, Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture, NAACP, Transport Workers Union, Local 100, every time I see a buzzer by, a train go by, quickly, black, we bring you there, we bring you back. They do such a fantastic job. Of course, 107.5 WBLS all these years. Disney Star Wars and/or the movie, And I think you get the media on the Harlem America Digital Network. There you go. GP, stand up. Give this man a big round of applause. He's doing so many wonderful things. He had me on the show. GP Alexander. That's probably one of the first men of WLS. I hope you don't mind being on TV. He has a fantastic network that he's working with. And if you jump on it, where do we go to check you out? HarlemAmerica.com. Jump on that. He's going to be covering a lot of these. He covers Harlem Week. He's going to be covering the parade. You may jump on there. HarlemAmerica.com. Go in there, you can see yourself because he just did a panorama. Make sure you smile. Do it one more time. All right, everybody put your hands together. You can go around the circle. Get that smile on your face. There you go. We got the slow pad around the thing going. Go ahead. Keep it going. Roll out. There you go. Keep these dollars in. Yeah. Follow America to Geneva. He's gonna pay me for this later. I'm only kidding. But listen, let me introduce you to the man who helps keep all of this together. He's our executive director, chairman, and he wears many hats, and he does some wonderful things. Sometimes he likes to lay in the background, just laying in the cut, doing his thing. But I want you to give him a big round of applause, everybody. Untitled Chapter is in the house.
I'm fired up and ready to go. It's our 53rd annual African American Day Parade. And boy, it's been a good ride. We're going to ride some more. This is the beginning of something really big. And I truly want to thank the board of directors who have stood with us through all of these turbulent years. Abe Snyder is still my chairman.
Yes, we go ahead.
And he's not able to be with us, so Adime Olalume should be coming soon. He's another founding member of the African American Day Parade. They have entrusted us to carry this parade forward, and we should carry it forward. Not changing, not making mistakes about who we are and what we do. This is the African American Day Parade. From Africa to the Caribbeans to America. And here we stand, right here in Harlem. And this is our home. I want you to know that. All the Harlems of the world know that this is our home. And we hear so much negative publicity about what goes on in African American and Black communities. But what about the good? What about the good people? Young men and boys and girls and men and women. What about them? Let's be balanced in this business. And this is what this parade want to highlight. Our unity, our dignity, our respect and love for one another, the absolute brightest and the best of our community. As we commemorate our ancestors on this very special day. So I'm going to be with our grand marshals. Go. Good health is essential. And they have stood with us before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and we know they're going to stand with us after the pandemic. We take care of our own. We love our peoples. Old grandma, up in those apartment buildings, we used to call them projects. Here's our old roommate, one of the founding members of the African American Day Parade. You never want to forget him, but I always talk about how important it is for this parade to do what it does. We bring in community people from all over the country. Over 15 states have already signed up, people coming in to be a part of this parade here in Harlem. And what glads my spirit and lifts my soul is this, to see the little children from all over the country come in, they do a little stepping, a little dancing. They've been in those apartment buildings and around the community, practicing with their aunts and their uncles and their cousins, trying to teach them how to stand together and hold together, stay out of trouble. And this is the biggest stage and the only stage they really have to step up on and show their thing. This is a blessing for us. Just let them see themselves, and we clap them all the way through the round. They be pretty tired at the end, and they know they have to go to school the next day. They get on those buses and go back home. And I see the senior citizens sitting under the tent, relaxing, and watching the fruit of their laborable past. The doctors, the lawyers, the architects, the nurses, the healthcare providers, the unions, police department, fire department, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, karate expert. They see the fruit of that labor go past and say, that's my child.
That's right.
That's my grandchild over there. And we give them something to eat and they relax. This is a great thing to see and be a part of. And I'm honored that they've allowed me and the team that we work with, Melvin Muhammad and Tamara Norman. She's our vice chairman of the parade. Melvin, Elwood, and all the other board members. Stand up there for a minute. Stand up for a minute. They make this happen. And I'm honored to be one of those that help them and to help us. This is our 53rd year. They want me to talk about a little about. Here comes Jasmine. Come on, Jasmine. And what do you want me to do? Really?
Just to let everybody know, Abe Snyder, one of the founders, was my grandfather.
Yeah.
So that's dedicated to the community and my people because I watched them growing up do the same thing. And I went to HBCU because of the parade. You know, in New York, you don't see that. The parade brought that to New York. So, yeah, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, Seth, for bringing me a part of the team. And thank you guys for being patient with me. Because, you know, I know I'm a little slow with the emails. I'm trying. Good job.
I give her the credit. I give her all the credit. She does a lot of work. So we have a literacy program that we've come into play with today, and that's very important. They want me to stick to this script, and I'm not a script man. Trust me when I tell you something. I go straight out. But you know, we have some same day program at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on kick off the parade at 127th Street and Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard at the St. Nicholas houses. And certainly we have the team that's going to make this happen. Ian Gordon and his wife. They really want to make sure our young people in that area get a chance to get out, get free books, prepare themselves for school, and also to learn some other nice sporting skills and those other beautiful things that they're going to do that day on the literacy and the health education in our community, which is a part of our mission: educate and guide our young people to the next level. And then we have a pre-parade show that's going to be happening this year. Yeah. It's going to be really nice. Veronica Hickman is in charge of that. Veronica, thank you. And it's going to be right in front of the viewing stand on 125th Street. We're going to have some gospel for the seniors. So it's not going to be all rap and stuff like that. We got to make sure the old soldiers have a chance to really relax and enjoy the day. And it's going to start at 11 o'clock until 1 o'clock. We're going to have the Double Dutch Club's going to be out there, the Reminisce, Sean Love, straight out of the African Got Talent, by Higginson. Sing Harlem is going to be there with us to sing the Black National hymn. So it's going to be a good pre-parade show this year. And our 51st theme is good health is essential. And we have over 188 groups and organizations already registered for this year's parade. Over 25 floats is already registered and ready to roll. No HUBC band this year, but that's all right. Next year maybe they'll show up.
It's not too late.
They can come whenever they feel like it. We'll line them up in the parade. And some of our sponsors organizations of floats have specially invited celebrity guests to perform and support them. Over 50 honorees expected to march because good health is essential. And we have some of our honorees right here with us today. And I know Bob is going to announce and talk to them. And we thank Bob. Bob has been with us for a long time, since Hal Jackson. And he's been out announcing on the streets, making sure this parade runs smoothly, along with Yasmin Cornelius, another great person. Olivia Saunders is here with us from Overall Media. And we are honored. And we thank all of you for coming out. And we praise the good Lord that all our young people come out and participate in this parade. We're happy to have with us our state senator, Cordell, always with us, always supported up the parade. And in a few minutes, we're going to have let me say a few words. It's only right, but she's been really pushing us and making sure this parade stay moving out into the community. So I'm not going to hold you up much longer, but I'm ready to go. I'm telling you right now. I got my walking shoes on, but don't hurry, I still got the walking shoes on. And we're going to walk through this parade route, and we're going to have a good time. Our grand marshals, marshals, honorary guests, and all of you are very, very important. And we love our community. Trust me. Love your grandmothers, your great-grandmothers. They struggled and they died, and we never forget them, because don't never tell people that we stand on the shoulders of those giants. They stand on our shoulders. And we have to keep rising them up and keep remembering them in our lifetime. Never forget what they've done. But it made it possible for everyone to be here today in this society, enjoying this wonderful great America, because of the struggles in their life, the slavery and the things that they've been through. We are so proud to be African American. I know I am. I love my grandmother. I love the children. Take care of the little ones. Look out for them. Some of them we have to leave behind, old big dirty boys doing the wrong thing. But sometimes you got to just look, we got to skip over and go to the little one. It's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to do. But we know we have to do certain things. So this parade is to highlight the best of us, to showcase the best of us, and make sure that our people be remembered, not only here in this Harlem, but the Harlems throughout the country and the Harlems throughout the world. Thank you very much. Bye. Oh, now my man from Harlem Hospital, yeah, Dr. James King is here with us. Thank you, Doctor, for being with us as well, okay? You're very honorable man. Have a good day.
Yusef, deserve a big round of applause, everybody. One of the last living founders of the parade, Oyemi Oyelumi. Give him a big round of applause, everybody.
Peace. And that's the meeting. This is a great day, marvelous honor, and may it be 1,000 more years that we see the African Day Parade again. So, with all the people that's here, I would like for you to be who you are, take care of your family, peace, love, and happiness. Also, let the people know what this is, really. For years to come, and we're going to pass this down to the youth. Ashe, that language that I'm speaking is from the Yoruba people, from Nigeria, Benin, West Africa. Again, we have to be who we really are, since we are the people first, planet, world, to give culture to all the people. It may sound a little bragging, but it isn't bragging. We'd like to say to you again, pass these on, get all the information, do what you can continue to do. Make space for the youth, teach them, honor yourself, and most of all, Although remember our illustrious ancestors, our honored ancestors. I share peace, love, happiness.
Thank you.
Oyeyemi, Oyeyemi, for the founding members. Thank you so much. Give them another big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Check out this title. Oh, wait a minute, before we do that, let me bring in the state senator, Cordell Claire. Yeah. Come on, we got, Rose at the Harvard office building, she comes down out of the building and jumps on stage and gives her, man, give her a big hand, everybody.
It's an honor to be here today. Thank you, Brother Yomi. You know, as he was speaking and talking about, we may think he's bragging. I brag about Harlem all the time. I'm so proud. I go to Albany and I think I'm the only senator, you know. You know, and people always, you know, why does it make me so proud? I grew up on 7th Avenue. I watched this parade. It was an event. You get up, get yourself together. We're all gonna go outside and we're gonna watch the parade. And it was so exciting just to see. I didn't know there were so many black firemen and black policemen, and just my father was a Mason, and he would come down the block and the whole building would come out. You know, it gave us such pride and excitement. And as I grew older, I got to volunteer for the parade and I watched other things. I got to be in the parade in many different ways. But you know, I look at the history and where it started and the heart that you had to do this, the courage to do it. Right. To say we are going to do a parade, we're going to heal ourselves. Right. So it's always been about health. And it's so fitting that this year, this is the theme, but it's always been about health in many ways, even from the sponsors refusing to take money from the liquor companies, from the cigarette companies, protecting our health. A lot of people that come on for years, why don't you get money from, I won't say any names, but those people that make beer, and the people that say, we've come a long way, baby. And the people that say, cool. Never. They never did it. Why? Because they wanted to protect us, to protect our health, our mental, spiritual, and physical health. And I appreciate that. And that's, you learn lessons about taking a stand, standing your ground. And it's all worth it because today we have this, we can have a parade that children still run down to look to. And this year, more important than ever, for us to come back out and be with each other and see each other. And you know that I always joke about this, but as our neighborhood becomes more and more diverse.
Gentrification.
I remember coming out one day, maybe the parade about 10 years ago, and I saw a woman in the street on her cell phone. She's like, there's a little around here. There's a lot of them on here. And I couldn't help but laugh because I said, you must have moved in before they had the parade. And this was her first parade, so they didn't tell her that in orientation. But it was so funny and it was so fun. And then serious on the other hand, because it is our culture. And I believe the culture will stay us.
Senator Cordell Claire, give her a big hand, everybody. Who holds this title right here? DH, SC, MBA, MSN, RN, CCRN, K, NE, BC.
Our honorees, our grand marshals.
Director, Patient Care Services, Critical Care Division at Northwell Health, Long Island, Jewish Medical Center, Queens, New York. Who holds that title? Has more than 28 years of nursing experience, most of which have been in critical care. On December 14th, 2020, she became the first person in the United States to received the COVID-19 vaccine. Who holds that title? Who holds that title? Dr. Lindsay. Give her a big round of applause, everybody. Dr. Lindsay is in the house.
Good morning.
Get the booster.
I
You
did.
got the booster.
I did. Guilty as charged. It's such a pleasure to be here this morning as the announcement of the 53rd Annual African American Day Parade is being announced, and we all get to come back together in person. It's an honor to serve as Grand Marshal to showcase the best of our culture. As we hear so much negativity, it's our time to shine. Good health is essential, is so fitting this year, especially after the past 2.5 years. But as Senator said, good health has always been at the forefront. And it will continue to be so even after this year, this pandemic is gone, and after this staging of the parade. Because without health, good health, we cannot do anything else. I proudly represent Northwell Health, as we also believe and are aligned with the theme that good health is essential. We continue to raise health in all communities, including our Black communities, and we believe that better health is essential for all, and we're committed to that. We were there for you before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and yes, Mr. Hassan, we'll be there for you after the pandemic. Because good health is indeed essential. I thank you very much for inviting me here today and inviting me to serve as Grand Marshal.
Thank you. Dr. Lindsay. Thank you so much. All those titles, what's next? Working on it, right? Thank you for all you do. Thank you for what you do in society and for our community. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, this next person has over 14 years of experience working with industry leaders to establish best practices and strategic, innovative programs for diversity, inclusion, and equity across business lines. Vice President, Chief Diversity Operations Officer, Mount Sinai Health Systems, Pamela Abner. Give her a big round of applause.
So good morning, and I'll keep my comments brief, but first of all, I just want to say that I'm really honored to be here. It's a tremendous privilege to represent Mount Sinai Health System and to be here with you all today, recognizing all who come before us, all who will continue to do this work, and it's so very important. We're thinking about the model of good health as essential. When we think about what was happening in our communities that we didn't know about, right? The unfortunate circumstances around the pandemic brought to light a lot of the inequities, the things that were not good that were going on in our communities. We are committed, and I will say that I personally am committed to doing work to address inequities in our marginalized communities. I'm thinking about how we can keep that light on to bring about equitable practices, right? So giving people what they need to thrive, to succeed, to be successful, and looking at all aspects of health, right? Including mental health and all those other services and programs that are needed in our communities. So I will leave you with the note that at Mount Sinai Health System, we are absolutely dedicated and focused on that. We have, some of you may be familiar, we have a roadmap for action to address racism and bias in healthcare. And our leadership is committed to that and to do work to bring about equity and make things right for those who are not receiving that good health. And we want to instill practices so that we have ongoing good health and the right healthcare for our people. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have Bernard Robinson, MHA EMTP, the Director of Operations for Northwell Health Center for Emergency Medical Services. He oversees the daily operation of one of the largest EMS agencies in the East Coast. So give him a big round of applause, everybody. Bernard Robinson.
Good morning, everyone. So this is definitely an honor. I didn't know my friend Sandra had notes. I didn't, so she didn't tell me we were writing notes. But I will say, Mr. Chairman, thank you. Thank you to the leadership team, to the board for this honor. When you talked about grandmothers and grandparents, that hit me only because as a little boy, my grandmother would bring me to this parade in the 70s. I won't date myself, but I was one of those kids in the crowd looking at the lines of the firemen, the sanitation, and my biggest thing was at the end was always the motorcycles. I remember this, the motorcycle club, there'd be hundreds of bikes. And I always went every year, Grandma, we going back, we going back? And you know, life happens, you go away, school, but it's glad to be back. 3 years ago, we led a group of Northwell employees in the parade, and that was kind of like an underground movement. I was determined when I became director. Lenox Hill Hospital EMS was part of my area. And I always wondered, well, why don't we participate in what's going on in Harlem? Our ambulance is on 125 all the time. We treat, why aren't we part of the community? It's important that if you are operating in the community, you should add value to it as well, besides take away from it. And that was just the message that I was trying to send. And thankfully, the health system picked up on it and got involved, became sponsors. So, and I'm proud to stand here today, as someone from a health system that's a sponsor of this parade, which is huge. And lastly, I'll say, the pandemic definitely shed a light on healthcare disparities, the gap in healthcare. And I guarantee you, and I promise you, at the very least, everyone of my colleagues that are grand marshals and marshals are committed to closing that gap. And once the parade is done and we march, the marching will still continue, and we'll march to the boardrooms, we'll march to the centers, where we have to the hospitals to make sure that that gap keeps getting closed. So yes, good health is essential. It's essential that we work on it from the inside, but also that everyone here does their part. You control some of that. What you eat, your physical activity. We have to do our part as well, but everyone, we all work together, we will close that gap. So that's what we're dedicated to doing. Thank you.
Thank you. We can't thank you enough. We have an attitude of gratitude. Thank you for your service. We appreciate you. Give him another hand, everybody. Bernard Robinson. After this, we're going to take some pictures and all that, and there's going to be some things that are going on. Say that. Oh, okay. There is something. And we're going to get ready for the parade, and I got a piece of entertainment for you up here. And we're just going to have some fun doing what we do. Once again, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for checking it out all these years. I started back in Frankie Crockett days, just behind, after G.P. Alexander. A little bit after you, right? Yeah. He started when we opened up on we're going to be celebrating 50 years of WBLS too, right? Yeah, because the LIB started in 72, WBLS 2 years later, 74, in the same place. And then we moved downtown to 801 2nd Avenue. And a few years after that, that's when I stepped into the room and started doing my little dance. Little skinny guy with a big afro looking at me, trying to figure out what to do in this business. But thank you for being such a mentor and for being there and helping not only myself, but a lot of other people who are coming up in this business. It's difficult to find these days. Who do you look up to? Where do you go? Who's the mentor? And a lot of people want to try to hold on to that and not share with anybody else. I don't care. You come, I'll tell you how to do this. I'll let you know what it's all about. I'll let you know. It's wide open. Because if you're trying to hold on, that means you're afraid of something. Somebody's going to come up and take your place anyway, somewhere down the line. Somebody. With love, yes. So let me introduce you, while speaking of entertainment, to this person that's going to come up and do something for you. She's a poet, she's a playwright, producer, actress, and she's been doing it. She's been writing since age 11. So she started out early on in life, and I'm sure she looks up to a few people to guide her in the right direction, to help her get what she needs. She has a book coming out, and she's going to turn that book into a docu. So, look out for that. Give her a big round of applause. She goes by the name of Sean Love. Lots of love to you, Sean.
Thank you so much. She's also a pre-parade performer.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just giving you a little taste. First, I want to thank each and every person here. This is an amazing event, and I'm so honored to be a part of it. So thank you so much. The book that was just mentioned, my mom wrote, and I wrote this book. She did all the illustrations, and to give you a little bit of background about my mom, she's a two-time cancer survivor. She went to college at 75 and got her degree, her 4-year degree. So she's running around, she's so inspiring. So who inspires me is my mother. And she was running around on the college campus, with the 20-year-olds, keeping up with them with her art supplies. So pretty amazing. But this book is based on Black American women from slavery to present, the first in their field of endeavor, who made an impact in this country. And what's so important is that my mom wanted to leave a legacy and wanted for us to know our history. When you know your history, you know who you are. No one can turn you down, no one can stop you. You're unstoppable. So that's the reason why this book came about. And today I'd like to share a poem from this book called, Did You Celebrate Life Today? Did you celebrate life today? It's the only way to take a breath, avoid the death of a stale existence. Be persistent about celebrating life. Avoid the drama and the strife. It will take years away from your life. From celebration of play, the laughter from your soul, the tickles in your hands, fingers, and toes. Did you embrace the celebration of play? Blow a big bubble today. Dance in circles around a lake. Bake some cookies or a chocolate cake. Did you say yes to joy? You don't have to be coy about your freedom and your ease, your light, easy breeze, caring about the sun, the raindrops, and the fun. The stars that twinkle, your grandmother's wrinkles, her wisdom and her smile brings a security all the while. Did you laugh out loud, alone or in a crowd? Did you sing a song, a melody that takes you back home? Did you make your own beat? Did you dance or stomp your feet? Let me ask the question again. Did you dance or stomp your feet? Did you say hello to a friend? Did you say I love you to your next of kin? Did you make a funny face, smell a flower, or run a race? Did you celebrate life today? Thank you.
Sean Love, give her a big round of applause, everybody. I just noticed I was up there with these shades on, but they're reading glasses too, and Trip turned me on to these.
So I want to thank everyone for coming. It is not over. We do have a panel discussion next. We have refreshments. We are going to conduct some interviews, and feel free to take photos in front of the step and repeat. It will only be about 10 minutes, just to bathroom break, and then we will go into the next segment. Okay? All right.
Again, it might make it easier to do photos. I think after that, we're just gonna be able to do the lights anyway.
Yeah, if they don't, they probably won't need us.
Thank
They
you.
can.
There's no media committees, ABC, CBS, Fox News, or any of the other stations, 611, that are in New York City. The African American Day Parade doesn't warrant media coverage from the major stations in New York City. New York City journalists failed the African American Day Parade. We're one of the oldest parades in the city, and yet we don't get media coverage like we deserve. Fox, CBS, NBC, ABC, 11. I may be missing a few, but in New York City, you need to be covering the African American Day Parade. It is a shame that you are not here, and we need your media coverage. I agree. We need your media coverage. Thank you. I'm very disappointed. There's no agency.
Who's your daughter?
Oh, yeah.
Get on the air. That's when that wide angle comes in, right?
That's fine. Don't stand with us. Come on in, sis. Bill, can I put some chairs? Put some chairs down?
Set it up, set it up, set it up.
Sit down. Sit down. I'm sorry. I don't want to hit you. One more next to her.
Where's Melvin at? Melvin? Elvin, where's Elvin?
Next to you. You might want to have
There's that newspaper shop right there. There's that newspaper shop. Come on, Elvin, Melvin. That cheeky, that was
you got it. I'm not in the shop.
Come on, Elvin.
It's over now.
Okay, all right. You
Albert,
showing off.
Albert, Miss, let me think was.
Once you jump in the shot, right? Sit back.
Yeah, with the fire.
Watch the laptop.
Then we gotta look out these things. I appreciate that. You did a great job.
Stop it.
You can get these shirts online.
Bill, you got what you need? Bill? Look out, baby. What you need? Tighten up on that side. Okay. Yeah, put it in between.
Oh, wait. One more.
Right there.
Get my friend back there. It's the boom. Okay. I know.
I would have passed right out.
Make sure my hips get this. Got it. Okay.
Thank you.
They set up a shot. Are you with her? Young man behind you, let me take that for you. You come in. Yeah, take this.
Asia.
Everybody move down.
Oh, yeah, yeah. One, two, three.
Now let me take the job.
Thank you so much for the picture. Yeah, I understand that. Bye.